Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are continuing on with our deck profiles. This is going to be for Cell, as you can see. Cell is a leader for me that I think has it's got a very high skill ceiling. I think it's got a lot of potential to be a really strong leader. Honestly, I haven't put enough time into researching this leader and like all of the cards that come within it, so I've put together a profile that I'm just going to put in quotations is very version 1, okay? This is going to be very version 1 heavy. I don't know if this is a correct build or if there's things we're missing. I just think that a lot of the stuff that I've looked at that's, you know, like the 3-cost cells and stuff, I just don't think they're honestly that playable. So I've put together a build that's kind of like a hybrid between what you would expect like an Android cell build to look like with some of the same stuff. So I hope it looks alright, and I hope sort of when I go through the deck, I hope everybody understands kind of why I've came to those decisions. But feel free to crucify me in the comments if there's cards I'm missing out and I'm being an idiot. But genuinely, I just think that as far as leaders go, I personally still don't think this is better than Gohan or Broly. But I'm more than happy to be proven wrong, and that could very well happen. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's definitely one of these things that's going to be up for discussion. I think that Cell is going to be a very annoying deck to play against for sure. I don't run Heal Hand in this build, but if people play it, I can understand why, because you can just keep that life capability up. I also don't run Senju in this leader just because I don't think it fits well with Cell, honestly, all that well. I don't mind it in leaders like Broly and sometimes even Gohan potentially, but Broly especially, I don't mind it in that leader, but in Cell, I think for space and how tight green is for space, I just don't think we run it. So we'll start off. We run the Gohan Childhood because we run the 3-cost ramp, so we run the Destructive Strength. That's the main reason it's in there. We do have a lot of Saiyan targets 5 or less as well, so there's no reason not to run this. Goku, it's just a cantrip. And then we run 3 Android 18s. This is one for me that is debatable. This is a potential cut. But we should always have access to the 6 energy because of the leader skill, so it's arguably not the worst play. But again, at that energy, I don't know if this is the investment you want to put in, but we'll see. Then we run 4 of the Cell Juniors. 2 reasons. It's a 10k. Other reason is we add up an extra card from our drop to our hand, and then if we have a Cell 8 drop on board, this is free play, so we can, you know, spam these out on the last turn. And obviously, spoiler alert, we do run instant Kamehameha, so we can constantly swing for 30k with these as well. So that's the idea behind it. I still think this is a great card. It's also 10k combo, so, you know, comboing one off isn't going to, you know, break the bank. I think it's not the end of the world. I do think that Cell Junior is a very solid card. And then 4 Vegetas, again, it's just a turn 4 ramp. Then we have 4 of the Gohan Futures, mainly for the same reason, where we can play the Trunks, we can ramp off of that, we can also defend our lower battle cards, not that that's really going to come up. But us, for free on the first turn, being able to play the Trunks, and then... Where is Trunks actually? Is he in... Sorry, yeah, he was in the wrong order. He should have been over here, or over here even. Yeah, but the Trunks play, so obviously at the end of the turn we play the Trunks, and then as long as we're at 5 or more, which obviously we will be because we played this, we ramp an additional card, and then from every turn after that, if our opponent can't deal with Gohan, it's just going to kill a 3 or less every turn, right? That's pretty much it. There are also times where potentially, you know, if we've played the 8-drop Cell, or if we've sacked off too much energy, instead of getting the effect to kill a battle card, we can just play another Trunks and then ramp again. That's pretty much it. And then we run 2 of the 17 and 18s. It is a double striker, which is the main reason why it's in here. I still like green having access to 2 life finishers. I think going up into green matchups where our opponent is going to be adding life back quite consistently, I don't think that having a double striker is a bad thing. I think that definitely it's going to be a card that will see more value in set 2. So we're keeping it in for now. Super combo, again, same as what I said the other day there. Whatever super you want to run in green, doesn't matter. Just pick whichever one you're happy with. And then we run 3 Broly. I've seen a lot of... I was trying to take some inspiration on the list while I was trying to research what I could about the deck. I've seen a lot of people running Broly only at 2. I still think Broly is by far the better game finisher. Cell obviously ramping life back is good, and it's good for the Cell Juniors as well, so definitely I can understand why Cell the split that I've seen a lot of is 4 and 2, so they run 4 cells and 3 Brolys. I still love Broly. I still think it's one of the best game finishers in the game, so I've went with a 3-3 split between these two. But obviously Cell sacks off 3 energy, and then we choose 2 of our opponent's battle cards, KO them, and then take a life, or God, I can't speak. Ramp a life, I should say. So we ramp a life from the top deck, and then our leader skill, we just activate that right away, and then we gain 1 of the energy back. That's pretty much it, right? That's the only reason it's in there. But Cell being a 45k, gain a life, kill 2 battle cards, and then it enables our Cell Juniors. I think that Cell could be especially aggressive on that 8 energy point. For sure, we just have to get there. And then for Destructive Strength, like I said, it's a turn 3 ramp. I run Cell Games Arena for now. I don't know if I'm going to keep that. It is a guaranteed ramp, right? So you switch it to rest and then you look at the top deck. The thing I love about it is it's a potential draw. That's the reason why I love this card. Because we can either add it to our energy in rest mode or we can add it to our hand, right? So if we top deck like a super combo off Destructive Strength, guess what? It's going to energy. You don't have a choice in the matter. But with Cell Games Arena, there might be times where it's prudent not to ramp and then add the super combo to hand, for example. I like it for that. That's one of the main reasons why I like this. And also, again, the turn where we use the Cell, we gain 1 back from the leader to go to 6, and then we gain 1 back from this effect as well. So we can guarantee basically sit on 8 energy almost every turn, unless we use this card, which is Instant Kamehameha. I only run 3 of it. I don't think I would run more. We don't run the Goku. My argument was when I was building this is, do we run Goku, right? Because Goku, I was tempted to run Goku over this. And there is a reason to it. And it was because, yes, Goku ramps, but it also replaces instant Kamehamehas. And when we can start cycling them back through the Cell Juniors, we're not losing a lot of value. But realistically, the only time that you're going to play these Cell Juniors after you've done this is when you're trying to kill your opponent and go for game. So at that point, using the instant Kamehamehas to finish the game on 2 energy, big diff. It really doesn't matter. So that's the idea. I think, honestly, for Cell, I think this is going to take a lot of fine-tuning. I don't think anybody is going to have the right answer to Cell straight away. I think that builds will be very, very interchangeable. I think back when Set 1 first launched, you know, like Broly and Gohan, there were many ways to interpret the deck, but most people did the same thing. It's, I want to ramp on 3, 4, 5, and then go into my Broly for 8, right? That's kind of what they want to do turn-wise. I think this is kind of the same, where turn 3 we want to Destructive Strength, turn 4, or which will be on 5 energy, we could do either of these realistically. It honestly doesn't matter which one we do. Vegeta's only good if we're trying to KO a battle card. That's pretty much the only reason why I would pick this over this, but it really doesn't matter. And then you go into 6 energy at that point, and then on your next turn you go to 7. So if you... This is the other thing about Cell Games, is that because it costs 4, it's a bit of a pain. You're not really ever going to be on 4. You kind of skip, unless you go second, you kind of skip that 4 energy point. But honestly, if I go second and I turn 3, or turn 2 I should say, because we'll have the energy marker, we ramp with Destructive Strength, then into the next turn we do the Cell Games Arena. I don't mind doing that, just because this is dead card. This is a dead card, right? Once one of them's established, the rest of them are all dead cards, whereas Vegeta and Gohan, they're both combo power, so there are situations where I would maybe hold back by 1 turn on these 2 and just play this instead. But again, I think it's purely up to the situation of the match. What I will say though is, I think in the green mirror match, or I say mirror match, but in the green match, I do think Cell has a very, very good matchup into most green leaders. Because Cell also KOs battle cards at any energy cost, Broly doing the same thing, you know, we can not only kill their battle cards, but we gain life back. And if you're not playing against the Cell, you're lucky if they're running 1 or 2 of these. It's going to be very unlikely that you'll see them run like 4 copies of this in a Broly leader, for example. So yeah, so we can kind of play with the advantage on that. I was also looking, when I was looking at Senzu again, I just think that Senzu for a tap 5 gain a life, I don't ever see us ever needing to do that. I think anytime we're looking to gain a life, we have this card always available to us. If I was to run any other life ramp, it would be Heal Han. it would definitely be the Gohan, for those who don't know the terminology of Heelhan. It's the 6 cost 35k from set 1 that on play just ramps a life from the top of your deck. That card definitely could fit in here. I just don't know where I would fit it. If I was to cut anything to put in Heelhan, I'd probably cut the Android 18. But would be very heavy on the higher cost battle cards, you know, like 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. Again, this is just my first view of the deck. It's definitely going to need testing. Once it's tested, we'll know if Cell Games Arena is actually worth it. If it's not worth it, it's just going to get cut. Yeah, for me, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about Cell Games Arena. It's a good card, don't get me wrong. I love the hybridness that we can either take the card, so it's just a draw, or we can put it in our energy. I do love that. But yeah, it's for 4 energy. I think if we go first, we essentially skip the 4 energy point. If we go second, we do stay on the 4 energy, but we do also have Vegeta. So I suppose it just means we've got 2 shots, right? So if we don't have a Vegeta, we can Cell Games. If we don't have a Cell Games, we can Vegeta. So I suppose actually for that, it's worth keeping. I just want to be careful about this list in particular just because of the number of 0Ks. So we run 8 0Ks, but we also run what will be 3 dead cards here because only one of them will see play, the other one won't. And then Instant Kamehameha is a scary one because when you use this defensively and you don't have any way to gain that energy back, like using the Goku, you kind of put yourself a turn behind. And I think with this leader going from 8 to 5 basically every turn, using Instant Kamehameha unless we're going for game can be very risky. So that's the only thing I'll say. But either way, we can use Instant Kamehamehas as charge targets right off the bat. So we just charge these straight away, and then the 3 cards that we place from our energy into the drop can just be 3 Kamehamehas, and then boom, 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 just add them all back, and then just go 45, 30, 30, 30. And that's the idea behind the deck, is that we want to use the Cell and the Cell Juniors to finish the matchups. But yeah, no, I do like the list, and I do like how Cell is shaping up. I haven't had enough time to really review the set itself with Cell. A lot of what I've reviewed has mainly been around sticking with the set 1 leaders, but Cell himself is a very strong leader. I just think that Gohan's capability of going to 35k offensively and defensively, Broly's capability of being 25 off the bat, but with Senzu you can make him 30. Offensively, he'll be 30, and then with the androids, you have an offensive 30 as well. The androids, defensively, they suffer a bit, but I think that because of the way that I've built my Android deck, which was obviously uploaded a few days ago, I think that the Android deck for me works better than this. That's just my opinion. Again, this could be wrong. Someone else could look at this and think that this is entirely not how you should build the deck, and by all means, if anybody thinks that, please hit me up in the comments. I do want to have a discussion on Cell because it certainly is a leader I'm interested in next set. I just don't know if I would prefer this over the existing green leaders. That's the only thing I would say. But that's just my take. But guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed the videos. I hope you've all been enjoying the deck profiles. I know it's a bit of a change of pace with there not being any gameplay matches, but honestly, I think on the lead up to the set release, I don't really see the point in uploading gameplay videos because we've already seen them for God knows how many months now. I just think that getting these deck profiles out is just definitely better, and hopefully it gives you guys a bit of insight as to what you can look forward to in set 2. But if you haven't already, please leave a like, and if you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button as well, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.